of briefings that we'll be conducting. This first one will focus on the tax filings for self-employed, business, and professionals. So, we'd like to thank Commissioner Kim and Secretary Brisman for joining us today, and I'll pass the mic on to them so that we can get started already.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are launching formally our agenda to improve the tax effort of the country. Tax effort is really the total collections of the BIR and the Bureau of Customs in relation to our GDP. Our goal is to bring it up to 16% of GDP. No? And the reason this is important is we need to be able to continue to give the President and the administration the financial resources to invest in our people, in our infrastructure, and at the same time keep our deficit under control. We are starting with our program involving the Bureau of Internal Revenue, because as you know, tax filing season deadline is approaching April 15, and therefore we should highlight some of the initiatives involving the BIR first. But after this, we will also be launching an initiative involving the Bureau of Customs. If you look at the various fiscal ratios, we've been able to substantially improve our deficit to GDP by 1.2%. It's down to 2.3% to GDP by 2012. Tax effort by revenue effort by 2012 also increased by 1.1%. If you look into this, if you add this together with the improvement in the way we disperse our funds, as well as the lower borrowing rates that we have to pay as a result of the added confidence in the government, that really is the added fiscal space, the added money that the government has been able to deploy. For example, without new taxes, we've been able to increase DepEd budget by 45%, Department of Health budget by 77%, DPWH by 25%, and DSWD by 267%. And that's without new taxes. So it's really about improving our efficiency. We've improved dramatically the past 2 years and 10 months. But we'd like to move it to another level. For example, infrastructure to GDP expenditure of the country is at around 2.6%. We'd like to increase that to at least 5%. And for us to be able to do that, we need to really increase our tax effort. And later on, we will show you how we plan to do it. And there really are many low-hanging opportunities. As you know, we've been implementing the run after tax evaders, the RIPS, and the RAS. So far, from 2010 to 2012, we've filed 140 cases on rates with tax claims of over 44 billion pesos. In terms of the Revenue Integrity Protection Service, we filed 55 cases with over 59 charge, and on the run after smugglers, we filed 107 cases with total dutiable value of 52 billion and duties and taxes of over 25 billion. No? But that is really not enough. No? We really need to get the support of our people. No? As you know, as I mentioned, we're still at around 13% as of 2012. And we want to increase that to 16% by 2016. No? There is no coincidence between the 16 and the 2016. But we'd like to accomplish that sooner if we can. How do we plan to do that? No? There are three areas of major opportunity. No? The topic today, which is income tax on self-employed, those in businesses, and those who are professionals, who are on their own. The other is SA taxes, and finally, the area of smuggling. No? On the first item, no, which is today's topic, no, we estimate that there's over 1.8 million of them, no? But only 402,000 of them actually filed taxes. No? And we collected 13.4 billion pesos only from them, with an implied average of 33,000 pesos. No? Which means that the implied annual income is 283,000, or an implied monthly income of 23,647. This is clearly very low. This is even lower than we in government get. No? This is very close to the starting salary of our government workers. No? For example, a monthly salary of a public teacher is 21,436. No? Annual salary of 257,000. Expected tax payments of 26,000. We collect this because it's withheld. No? Now, for the self-employed, it's not withheld. No? It depends on them to declare it. No? For example, we have a situation, no? Because one of our key messages today is that we know about what people pay no? Because we have the files. No? For example, in Bacolod, among the top 20 lawyers, no? Top 20 na in Bacolod, no? The actual tax paid by this lawyer is only 200 pesos. No? Ang tanong ko po ba paniwala ba ito? 200 pesos. Paano mabuhay yung abogado na lang na yun? No? Ang kailangan niyang bayad sa IDP na lang to maintain his membership in IDP will be more than 200 pesos. No? So clearly, there is a lot of room for improvement. No? For the past 4 years, no? 2009 to 2012, the self-employed continues to underpay, no? In terms of percentage of collections, individual taxes that we collect. No? The self-employed, no? In 2009, consisted of 8% of our total individual income taxes, 8.4%. In 2012, because it has not really improved dramatically, it has gone down to 6.8%. No? Despite the fact that total individual income tax collections, through the effort of our Commissioner Henares and her team, actually increased by to 223 billion from 138 billion. No? So the employed people have actually been doing their part, but the self-employed have not been doing their part. No? And that's why today Commissioner Henares will be declaring war against self-employed. No? we believe that it's enough is enough. We've been going around the country. No? We've visited the top 11 BIR offices already. We looked at each one of their listings and we told them it is not acceptable. And they are all in agreement. They are all supporting this initiative. Later on, we will be showing you how ridiculous some of those tax payments are. No? And we would really encourage, this is tax filing season, for people to really look themselves in the mirror. No? If they really are doing their part in not just the Madang Matuwid, no? But in really helping make our country a better country. No? Our collection goal for from self-employed is really to increase the average to 200,000 per capita. No? It's really not much. 200,000 to professionals, to those self-employed, who are really the more prosperous, on average, members of our society. No? 200,000 is not, it's not even enough to buy the most expensive or inexpensive ladies' bag. It's not even enough to pay for business class tickets, say to Europe or to